So every day I shoot with the DJI Action 6. It's my go-to, it's what I use, and I do daily vlogs. So when Telesin reached out and asked if I was interested in using a necklace mount, I thought to myself, if someone like me could actually use something like that. So I kindly declined, but they did offer some other products that maybe I'd be interested in. And I ended up going with a different necklace mount and the Street Grip kit. Let me show you what they sent. I'm pretty hyped about it. So the original neck mount that they wanted to send me was a stationary neck mount that you wear more for if you were to do running or biking, some kind of extreme sports. And I know I'm just not that guy, but when I was looking at their website, I came across this neck mount, which was very interesting to me. And let me show you why. So this is the neck mount, and it comes with the standard action cam mount right there. So you're gonna have to use your own adapter for your camera. This is for the DJI Action 6. So all you do is just attach it there. It also comes with this little cord. I think it's for safety, so then it doesn't fall off. And then it comes with this little hook right here, like a spring clamp. And then you can put it on the cord. That way, you're not gonna lose your camera. So this is how it attaches. But let me show you what is cool about this one. I have the camera on backwards. So let me show you what I think is so cool about this neck mount. It's a normal neck mount, and you can take this and you can attach it to anything that's magnetic. So when you're out on the street, you want to film something on a metal pole, you just connect that. Well, obviously, I'm a little tangled up right now, so let me show you otherwise. So you could just attach this to whatever metal and then it'll just snap on. This magnet is super strong. Obviously, you can tuck it under your shirt, because I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of dorky to be wearing magnets. But you can adjust the height by pulling on these strings right here. And if you look, you could attach it. Obviously, it's not as small as something like a Nano, but to have this capability with the Action 6 is really cool if I want to do anything hands-on where I need both hands and to film it. And the thing about it is, I just like that it's so useful to use in other ways, especially as a street vlogger, someone that's just filming their life out and about. This just comes in clutch. The magnet function of it just gives me a lot more opportunities. The other thing I like to do is, because it is a magnetic base, you see it's a little low, but I could just plop it up and use it as the little tripod. So at restaurants and stuff, just throw it there, and you can't really get more convenient than that. This is so light, so easy to bring around. Excited to use it. The other thing that I got, I'm not gonna lie, when this came in the mail, I opened it right away. All of these things, I was so excited because I've been looking at this stuff online. So to have an opportunity to test it and play with it, excited. So this right here is the Street Grip kit. Comes with all this stuff inside. It's got a cage, and the cage has a little button here. You can open it up on the side. The DJI Action 6 just slides straight in it. It locks. It's a solid piece. It's metal, and it just feels so much safer. One thing that you notice with the Action 6, if you have an Action 6, you'll know when you open up your package, you realize it had no cage. The other models before, I had an Action 4. I believe the Action 5 had it as well. It came with a cage. And I've always been a little bummed out that the Action 6 didn't have a cage. I've been in the market for a cage. I wanted to get one. I'm glad I waited for this Telesin, because the thing about it is with the Street Grip kit, it adapts to their cage. It's got this little screwdriver magnetic key that you can keep in here and store it. But if you look, there's these little holes right there, and it assembles pretty easy. So you just turn that little screw right there, get your key, put it back into the magnetic spot. It's also got this little lever, and the lever just goes on the top, and now you pretty much have a camera. The other thing it comes with is a wrist strap, which also comes in clutch. It just makes it feel a lot more like a real camera. And the thing about this, which is really cool, is the build quality. When you have this all assembled, not only does it feel more like it's meant to be that way, but it feels so solid and sturdy. And the grip function of it, it's very nice. The wrist strap is also super convenient. Then you could just bring it around like a regular camera. A lot of people don't use the Action 6 for the photo features, but they've really put a lot into it. I got a look at the exact megapixel of the camera, but you could take some pretty solid photos with it. And I was pretty impressed. So not only that, the Action 6 also allows the film tones now. You could also do the 2x now on photos, which is cool. It's kind of an underrated camera for just every day. Like most people, they just use the Action 6 for video, but photo, also super impressive. And with the Street Grip kit, it just makes it feel a lot more like a serious piece. The other problem I always had when I'm taking pictures with the Action 6, I'll put my hand here and try to hold it, and sometimes my finger shows up in the photo because the lens is right here. You're just dealing with something so small. Whereas with the grip and your finger over here, everything is out of sight and you could just focus on filming. One thing that I would say, so this lever right here, when you push on here, it pushes the button on the top. And in the normal mode, it's a snapshot mode. When you press this button, it just automatically records. The problem is the sensitivity on here with this cage, it actually works too well. When you press this button, you have to really press it on the actual camera. And with the cage and the way they did it, it's really good. And sometimes I've found myself where I'm accidentally recording, and what I had to do was disable that function. So now when I press this, it no longer just automatically starts recording. I have to press here and then decide to record. It's not really that much of a problem, but it's something to be aware of. The other hack that I figured out with this thing, specifically with the Action 6. So one thing for me, when I'm out filming, a lot of times I get really uncomfortable if I'm gonna film walking around, just going through places. I don't like holding my camera, filming the area and stuff like that. I just feel like I get a little anxious. So what I found out, which is really cool with this, and it's gonna sound really stupid, but when I connect it here, it just kind of looks like I'm wearing my camera. And in actuality, the way the Action 6 works, you could actually turn the screen off while you're recording, and you could just walk around like this, and no one's really looking at you because obviously you're not too discreet. It just looks like you're a guy carrying around a camera, and it's not that weird. It's not as weird as someone holding a camera, filming. So what I think, which is really cool with this setup as a vlogger, is I could just walk around and just film. And I'm not as anxious. I don't feel like anyone's looking at me. No one even knows what the hell I'm doing. And I think that's pretty cool. So discreet because you're making it so obvious. So these are the things from Telesin. I'm pretty hyped on them. I'm really impressed with the build quality alone. I think they're great pieces. I think especially as someone that's gonna vlog their daily life, or you wanna film different things, these are great things to have. If you're gonna buy a cage, to have this additional Street Grip part, it just makes it feel so much more legit, so much more awesome, and a lot easier to use. Why not spend a little bit more to get the Street Grip versus just the cage? You honestly need a cage if you're out bringing these cameras around. You don't wanna mess it up. And as far as this pendant mount, I just think this thing is so smart. I really enjoy it. I think that there's so many different ways to use it. It's definitely a useful item. I think it adds to any Action 6. To just pull it off, well, I'm connected, but to just pull it off, stick it onto something metal, like that is pretty awesome. Telesin did send me this stuff, and there was no obligation to say anything or to talk about it in any way besides just showing the item and letting them know that it's Telesin. But I do have a affiliate code you can use if you wanted to pick something up. As far as brands go and things that you buy, I would have to say the quality of it is surprisingly good. It feels like it should have come this way. It's definitely a step up for anyone that has an Action 6. It just feels like a really solid piece, not gimmicky, not dumb in any way. And it makes using your camera a lot more fun. So thank you, Telesin, and thank you for checking this out. I appreciate you. Till next time.
So, to my future house? Yes.
I think I spent $14 for this. Well, there's two. What? So while wearing this right now, as I'm walking around and I'm recording, nobody's even saying anything. Like, no one thinks it's weird. It just looks like you're a dude walking around with the camera. And I think that's pretty cool. Right now, I am filming with the Pendant, but I'm pushing my son. He's in a wheelchair. And this would be your main view, just a wheelchair. So in this particular situation, it's probably not the most ideal. That's the downtown skyline. There's a ferry that takes you from downtown over to here, and you can kind of spend the day doing that. It's pretty cool. But it's a little ferry, and it takes you all the way to downtown, back to Coronado, or vice versa.